One extraordinary leader has courageously stepped up to the challenge of speaking up for her island of Barbados and other big ocean states around the world. As Prime Minister, she has initiated a major wave of change for ocean rights. Let's hear from the Honourable Prime Minister Mia Amor Mottley.
Hello everyone. First, let me thank the Ocean Race Summit for inviting me today to add my voice to the many others across the globe calling for immediate and urgent climate action and ocean conservation. Like the Seychelles, our marine environment in Barbados is not only central to our ecosystem and economy. Our beaches, our corals, our fisheries are intrinsic to who we are as a people. Again, like the Seychelles, my country is extremely vulnerable to coastal erosion, to flooding, and of course, to rising sea levels. Natural phenomena that are only becoming increasingly exacerbated by this climate crisis. That is why the work of the Ocean Race Summit is not just important, it is absolutely vital to the future existence of island nations. Whether it is St. Vincent and the Grenadines or Samoa, whether it is Indonesia or Iceland, Haiti or Hawaii, despite their size or location, all islands of the world and all of their citizens matter. As you have aptly framed, this is the decade for action, because all around us, the climate is changing at an accelerated rate, with global temperatures steadily approaching that life-altering 1.5 degree mark. Island dwellers know all too well the dangers of warmer waters, coral bleaching, irrevocable loss of marine ecosystems, and unpredictable and extreme weather patterns, just to name a few. The simple truth, my friends, is that we cannot afford to wait any longer to take major global action. We simply cannot. Our future and our children's future lie in the balance of the decisions we make today. And of course, central to any and all climate action that we must immediately take will be considerations about our oceans. From the global supply chain, to food and nutritional security, to storm protection, to the simple yet restorative act of what we in Barbados call a morning sea bath, we rely on our oceans to sustain us. Which means that in turn, we must sustain it. Our relationship with the marine environment can no longer be extractive or parasitic. We must work hard, just as hard, for our oceans as they work for us. And you know, in that vein, I must express my deep sense of admiration for the bold and urgent approach that the Seychelles has taken to ocean conservation. This type of action is precisely the kind of unflinching, unwavering leadership that is required if we are truly going to tackle this climate crisis. In Barbados, we recognize that the stakeholders we bring to the table should be as diverse as the oceans that we seek to protect. True blue justice means that we recognize the value added of every resource user, from fisherfolk and water sports operators to boat owners and oceanfront hoteliers. Policy interventions must be deeply informed by those with the local knowledge and generational and indigenous insight on our marine heritage. We have indeed been so inspired and energized by the work done in the Seychelles that we are currently in the process of developing an entire suite of blue economy legislation that will revolutionize the way we engage with our ocean as we seek to strike that delicate balance between our needs and the planet's needs. I, of course, recognize that Barbados is but a mere plot of land in the vastness of the Atlantic, a small link in what is an extensive web of interconnected global ecosystems, which means that we cannot do it alone. Seychelles cannot do it alone. Our small island developing states cannot do it alone. At this stage of the climate crisis, individual action and personal accountability is both deeply important, but unfortunately, not enough. We need the kind of individual action that leads to community action, that leads to statewide action, and yes, my friends, that leads ultimately to global action. And when I lay it out like that, it makes it seem as though we have the time for slow and gradual shifts. But you all know, friends, I'm afraid that we don't have that time. As they say, the race is on. And as we all know, it's not a one-issue race, because we still have to face other developmental challenges of our nation. And we still need to be able to stay focused on those developmental challenges, because without that, our people will have nothing. But with this race on, it is go time. And this is the decade of action. Collective action, immediate action, individual action. We must reverse the tide. And yes, we must do it now. Thank you.